Hey everyone, don't forget to follow me on these social media platforms to stay up to date with video content along with interacting with me directly on all your favorite topics and discussions via Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you, and let's begin. What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Dragon Ball Q&A video, where today we have lots of awesome questions to go through, courtesy of your questions having to be posted down below. And before I begin, I do want to let you guys know that each individual question posted onto this video is going to be directly reflected onto you guys, as I would like to know your answers as to each question posted down the comment section below. And of course, if you guys have any questions to ask me of your own, it pertains to Dragon Ball, make sure to go on ahead and drop your questions down the comment section below. And again, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to go on ahead and punch that subscribe button and enable all notifications. That way you guys can be notified whenever a Dragon Ball video is posted onto this channel, in conjunction to news, information, updates, and discussions, hashtag notification squad. And the final plug for this video, in case you guys are not subscribed to my second and third channels, you guys can go on ahead and find the links to those down in the description box for Unreal Network and for Unreal Vlogs, for behind the scenes footage and tons of awesome content on there that you will not get to find on here. So without wasting any more time, let's go on ahead and begin with our very first question of the day, which is from Alba. Hey there, Unreal, just wanted to start off by saying that your videos help me get by in school, and as of late I've noticed you've been improving with a lot, so keep up the great work. Thank you, by the way, I really do appreciate that. By the way, what's your Instagram? My Instagram is at UnrealDBZ. Make sure you guys follow me on there, and at Twitter at UnrealEntGaming. Anyways, I was hoping that this would reach you for your Dragon Ball Q&A video, so here goes. Question 1. What are your thoughts on Vegeta surviving Jiren's attack? It was a huge explosion and it seems like Vegeta is hanging on by a thread. Do you think his survival overshadows Jiren's potential, or is there more to Jiren than what we've seen? Question 2. How do you think Goku will go back into Ultra Instinct? Will it be because of Jiren or something else? Question 3. What are your thoughts on Frieza trying to manipulate his way into getting what he wants from Dyspo? Well, first off, thank you so much for the questions, and secondly, these questions apply to you guys as well, so I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Now, to answer your first question, what do I think about Vegeta surviving Jiren's attack? I think it's great because Vegeta definitely deserves some shine, and thus far in Dragon Ball Super episode 122, we saw that. We saw how Vegeta, despite having to be overwhelmed by Jiren's power, he kept coming back, and you have to respect him for that, because we saw what happened when Goku fought Jiren, he got obliterated, and we saw what happened when Hit fought Jiren, and respectively so, Hit got obliterated. So it's kind of cool to see how Vegeta was in there and he was throwing down, and he was actually able to dodge Jiren's punches, and I love that so much because it alluded that perhaps maybe he was gonna pick up on Migate no Goku and just learn Ultra Instinct, when in fact I don't think he's going to achieve that. But if he does, it'll be a huge shock to the community. So I loved it. I just think that for now he should have stayed down, because with such an attack, I mean, it literally rendered him useless. He dropped on down to the ground, his eyes, like, glazed over. He had like that grayish look in his eyes. It looked like he was about to die. And I think Jiren, first of all, was holding back tremendously in that blast, because let's be honest, if Jiren really wanted to, he could have killed Vegeta. You can't refute that. I mean, facts are facts. And with that, we also have to take into account how much he was holding back, because with Vegeta dropping on down to the ground, it's safe to assume that Jiren, he obviously used enough force to put him down, but more so to keep him alive. So I think that, in my opinion, Vegeta getting up so early is kind of a bad thing, because with him getting up so quickly and then powering up into like this new, powered up state to where it puts him beyond Super Saiyan Blue, it's kind of too early. It's like, I get it. They could have marinated that a little bit. They could have allowed Vegeta to come back during episode 124 and giving 123 room for Goku to grow a little bit, and then having Goku get his ass whooped. So I think that by bringing back Vegeta so early, it's kind of a detriment to Jiren in a way, because it just goes to show, like, okay, Vegeta survived, so what more do you got? So I think that as we further our way through this, we still haven't seen what Jiren is truly capable of. So anybody out there downplaying Jiren and saying, oh, he's fodder, he's weak, that's not the case, because we still have to take into account how much he can really do. So as the episodes continue, we're going to see more and more of what Jiren is really capable of, and that's scary, because if he's able to handle 2 Super Saiyan Blues, arguably at max power with complete ease, then you have to ask yourself as to what this guy could truly do when it comes to his feats. So I don't think that his survival overshadows Jiren's potential, not at all. There's still so much to his character that we haven't figured out yet. So when it comes to Jiren's potential, there's still more to be shown, but Vegeta surviving his attack does not overshadow that. Now, How is Goku going to go back into Ultra Instinct for your second question? I think that it's going to be as a direct result of Jiren's beatdown. I think that Jiren already knows that subconsciously he is able to trigger Goku into tapping into UI based on the experiences that Goku has had on the field. For example, with his previous fight with the Jiren with the Spirit Bomb, and then with Kefla. So it really wouldn't surprise me if Jiren forces UI out of Goku by beating him down exponentially, so to where Goku's like glazing over with his eyes, he's about to die, and then suddenly out of nowhere he taps back into that power. It really wouldn't surprise me. And with the promotional teaser having to, you know, showcase Goku with no shirt, we also have to take into account as to how he loses the shirt. And it may not seem like a big deal at first, but it kind of is, because from what I'm guessing, I think Goku tapping back into UI is going to be as a direct result from an explosion. And I think that explosion is going to come in the form of an attack from Jiren. It might be one of his be-all, end-all attacks. It might be something to where he's getting sick and tired of Goku, so he just tells him, I'm finished with you, there's nothing left you can offer, and then attempts to eliminating him. He uses this attack, so it's going to come in the form of an explosion. I can't really see this coming about, you know, in the form of like a hand-to-hand combat beatdown or something, so I'm calling it right now. I do think that it's going to be in the form of a blast, and it's going to be coming directly from Jiren and not anybody else. Now, to answer your final question, Frieza manipulating Dyspo, it's going to fail. I think that Frieza's lying. I think that Frieza knows that Dyspo could probably be easy manipulated by if you were to talk to him, which is why he pretty much asks him about the Dragon Balls and wishing for him to be resurrected. In exchange, he will help eliminate his own teammates. It's scummy on Frieza's end, it really, really is. But, I mean, does it really surprise anyone? No. Going back to episode 108 with Frieza, Frost, and Gohan, he did the exact same thing. He did the exact same thing just to pretty much fool Dyspo, but I don't think that Dyspo could easily be fooled. He's not Frost. So I think that once Frieza proposes this, Dyspo is easily going to turn him down, and I think that from there, one of two things are going to happen. Either A, Frieza goes golden and just destroys him, or B, they're going to drag out the fight. But either way, I think that, I mean, it's typical Frieza. He's going to manipulate you. He's going to rub his ego in your face. He's going to showcase more of his sociopathic characteristics. So I think that in the long run, he's going to pull something on Goku, I think, once the tournament like dwindles down to seconds. But this early, I mean, they still need Frieza, and I think that Frieza isn't dumb enough to allow himself to succumb to such stupidity. So I think that he's lying to Dyspo, and he's only going to use him as they go forward in the tournament. So anyways, Alba, thank you so much for your questions, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll be seeing you down in the comment section below. And now moving on to the next question, which is from DJ. Hey Alex, love your videos. It's finally 2018, and I know your channel is gonna grow way more this year, especially with your theories. Thank you, man. It's not only theories, man. I tend to put out as much as possible. Theories, discussions, live streams, gameplays, predictions, breakdowns, reviews. I'm also going to be doing PUBG in case you guys are kind of curious. Within the month, going into next month, I'm going to be featuring more games on the channel, so make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that one. So thank you so much for that. I have one question and my opinion to the question. Question 1, would you like to see a scenario where Jiren defeats Goku and Vegeta and they reflect on their past together from when they first met all the way up until now, and they both unlock Ultra Instinct together and duke it out with Jiren for one last minute or the minutes of the final of the tournament? My opinion is that I know it's a power of friendship scenario, but I want them to look back and see how many times the fate of the universe was in their hands and how many times they pulled through, and should realize Jiren is their greatest opponent yet, and this time it's serious. Even the fate of the God of Destruction is in their hands, so they both unlock Ultra Instinct and duke it out with Jiren for the remaining time they don't have to fuse. But I want it to be where Goku and Vegeta versus Jiren, not just Goku versus Jiren, because those two together is 100 times better than them not working together. Sorry if it's too long, but I really hope you answer my question and my opinion. Again, this question is reflected onto you guys as well, so post your comments down below. Now, I would love that so much. That seems like something that would happen, because it's like, it's the point of no return. It's literally the point of no return. How else are they supposed to, like, how are they supposed to overcome an enemy who is just simply too strong? He overpowers not just 2 Super Saiyan Blues, but is on the level of a god. And with them having to be overwhelmed by this power, I would love for them to look back and reflect and saying, we started off as rivals, and now we've been working together not only to overcome one another when it comes to power, but also facing all oppositions that came before us, including Goku Black, Zamasu, the Universe 6 tournament, Golden Frieza, hell, even Beerus. And at that moment, it would be incredible to see both of them tap into Ultra Instinct. But then again, they're both gonna have to get beat down so bad to the point where they're very subconscious, to the point where they're almost rendered immobile. But how is that going to happen? Is Jiren going to allow 2 UIs in the tournament? And in my opinion, if there were 2 Ultra Instincts like Vegeta and Goku, I mean, don't you think that's kind of overkill? Those 2 would decimate Jiren, unless Jiren is hiding a power even greater than Ultra Instinct, which is just mind-boggling to think about, because if Jiren just so happens to hold a power beyond Ultra Instinct, then yeah, I could see 2 UIs having to fight him and then being on par with each other. That would be fair, but I think that it is going to dwindle down to Goku versus Jiren, just because they're focusing primarily on Goku, and that this is his tournament and this is what he asked for, and he's the only one right now that's surpassed, you know, his own limits in achieving Migate no Goku. So I think that it makes sense. But if they both had Ultra Instinct, bro, I would love that so much, because the level of carnage that would ensue from that fight would be off the charts, because you would have Goku, you would have Vegeta side by side, dodging and just unleashing more of their power on this one foe without fusion. And, you know, with the whole fusion concept, honestly speaking, this would have been the perfect time to see Super Saiyan Blue Vegito fight Jiren. Not Ultra Instinct Vegito, but Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, just because I feel like with that kind of a power, it would be very fair to say, okay, well, this is going to be the true test of what Vegito can really do without tapping into Ultra Instinct. Because if Vegito had Ultra Instinct, that would be overkill. I mean, Vegito stomps. But I would have loved to see Super Saiyan Blue Vegito fight Jiren, and then getting beat down to where they separate, and then maybe they both go UI. But having to look at it from that standpoint, I would love for them to reflect. They need to reflect. They need to go back and analyze their past and how far they've come. And then at that given point in time, at that moment, they both, you know, just go all in as, you know, seconds dwindle in finding out who is going to be the last universe remaining. So I love that concept. I just don't think it's going to happen, because the way they're prepping Goku, it just seems like everything is more or less going to focus around him and him only. And not everyone's going to agree to that, but that's just where I stand on the matter. So anyways, DJ, thank you so much for the questions, bro, and I hope you have a fantastic day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Toxic. Hello, Unreal Gaming. Love the vids, and I love you, no homo, but I do have a few questions. Thank you, man. Question number 1, do you think it's possible if Vegeta achieves and unlocks the attack Ultra Instinct and fuses with Goku while in Ultra Instinct, so they merge and they make attack and defense Ultra Instinct merge, so I double instincts into one body and defeat Jiren? Okay, so I'm guessing that your that English isn't your primary, but what you're suggesting is Ultra Instinct Vegito. Question 2, do you think Frieza will win the Tournament of Power? If so, why? Thank you so much for your questions. To answer your first question, I don't see Ultra Instinct Vegito. I'm actually dropping a video next week talking about the possibility of a UI Vegito and where I would see it fit within Dragon Ball Super, but until then, I don't see UI Vegito fighting Jiren. First of all, it's overkill. Nobody out there can sit there and say that UI Vegito would not be overkill. He would be overkill to the highest degree. And as much as I would love to see that, I just don't see it to where Vegito would be the deciding factor. I would love to see Vegito step in and have a moment with Jiren, but as I just said, I don't think it'll be UI. Maybe it's possible to save Ultra Instinct Vegito for a future movie, a future arc, if they decide to even go that far. But until then, I don't see it to where Vegito would be a deciding factor. Would it be cool? Absolutely. But would it make sense? As of right now, that's debatable, because some people will say yes and some people will say no. To me, I think that by having 2 double Ultra Instincts fuse into one, it's overkill. It really takes away the purpose of giving both of these characters UI just to have them fuse. So would I like to see it? Yes. Is it going to happen? No. That's just my thoughts. Now, to answer your second question, I actually did a video, a 3-part series, talking about Frieza, Jiren, and Goku winning the Tournament of Power. and if you guys have missed out those videos, check them out. I think that it is very possible for Frieza to win. Do I think he's going to win? At this point, I'm not too sure. I think that if he sticks around long enough in hiding and doing what he needs to preserve himself, I can see him possibly pushing Jiren and Goku out the ring, or whoever's left, because when it's all said and done, despite what's being said, despite what's being shown, Frieza's gonna do whatever he needs to ensure himself the victory. So is it possible for him to win? Yes, but then, you know, part two of the question, where do we go from here? What would Frieza wish for? Obviously, he doesn't like to be ruled over. He doesn't like the gods, particularly Beerus, and he's not too fond of the Omni King either. So I think that if Frieza were to win, he would probably wish for the eradication of the gods, but that's just me. Maybe the outcome would be different, but I just think that if Frieza wins, it'll be a detriment to everybody, unless they pull a good guy Frieza and they allow him to make like a good wish, which is unlikely for his character because Frieza's an asshole, he's a manipulator, and he's a liar, he's a snake. Frieza's been a snake since day one, so I don't see him winning, and if he did, it'll be a shock, it'll be different, unpredictable at that, but I think that if he were to win, his wish would be to eradicate the gods or Goku, because he hates Goku so much, it's like, why even bother? So, but anyways, my friend, thank you so much for the questions, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And once again, guys, thank you all so very much for watching this edition of Dragon Ball Q&A episode 58. I hope you guys sat back and enjoyed it. I will be doing more Q&A videos on Twitter, so make sure you guys follow me at Twitter at UnrealEntGaming, and I will be doing Q&As on there. I'll be doing like live Q&As on there, pulling your questions from there as well, alongside the YouTube comments as well, so make sure you guys post your comments and your answers and questions down below for me to take and feature in the upcoming video. Once again, I will also be doing a separate Q&A video for just regular stuff, in case you guys don't know or don't remember, Fan Mail of the Week. I will be starting up Fan Mail of the Week once again on my vlogging channel. I haven't done Fan Mail of the Week on that channel since June, so if you guys have any personal questions to ask me outside of Dragon Ball, post those comments and those questions down below for me to take and feature. So thank you all so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, guys. Turn on all notifications. Tune back in for more. If you guys are not subscribed to my second and third channel, Unreal Network and Unreal Gaming, make sure to go on ahead and hit that subscribe button on those channels, guys. Tune back in for more. If you guys are unaware of the Dragon Ball Q&A playlist, I do have the official playlist down below, so you guys can go on ahead and watch various different episodes and get my thoughts on various different things. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Cue my outro, bitch.